Hi all, today I am going to discuss one important interview question that how to handle drop-down list in Selenium WebDriver. So today I am going to discuss the following methods like select by visible tag, select by value, select by index, and is multiple. So through is multiple, we can check that the given drop-down is multi-selectable or not. And at last, we will use get options to print all the elements of the drop-down list. So I am using this URL for today's question. So let's go to the URL. So this is already opened into my machine. So we are going to deal with this country selection drop-down. So these are the different countries here into this drop down. So for the drop down point of view, all these different options or elements, these are the drop down options are treated as the different web elements from coding point of view. So let's go to IDE, and for today's question I am going to create one class here. So in my Eclipse, Maven project is configured and I have already set up and downloaded TestNG, Selenium, all the required jars or dependencies I have already downloaded. Okay. So I am going to create one class here for today's question. So drop down demo. I am not selecting public static void main here because I am going to use TestNG framework for this question. So let's create one method here, public void drop down test. Okay, so I am marking this as TestNG test. Import test from TestNG annotations. Okay, and I am creating WebDriver reference. Okay, import WebDriver from Selenium. Now I'm going to create object of Chrome browser. So import Chrome from selenium.chrome. So I am going to maximize it and we are going to open the URL. Okay. So which URL we are going to use? This is the URL we are going to use. Okay, we can copy it and paste here. Now go to our agenda. So first, what we need to write the code for select by visible text. So let's go to the URL and inspect this drop down. So this is the drop down. It contains all the options here. So we can locate this drop down by ID. So driver dot find element by dot ID. I'm passing this ID here. Okay, what it returns? It will return web element. Web element. So just can and over this, and we can import web element from Selenium. Okay, so first method we are going to use select by visible text. So what is the visible text? Whatever is displaying here, these are the visible text. Suppose we are going to select this Andorra. Okay, so I just copied it and go to here. And before that, we need to create object of the select class. Object of the, so we just hover it and we can import select from Selenium support UI. Okay, and here we need to pass this element. Okay, now we can use this select class object, and what we need to do, select by visible text. Okay, so what we are going to select here, just go to here, this is Andorra. I copied it and let's go to IDE and then close it. And Control Shift F for formatting. I have saved it. So let's run it and let's check it is selecting Andorra or not. So right click, run as test ng test. So browser is launched, URL is opened, and Andorra is selected. Okay, so let's go to our ID. So our test case is pass. So what next method we need to handle is select by value. Okay, so I'm just commenting this. Now I am going to use select by value. Okay, so here we need to pass the value. Just go to the URL and what is the value? Suppose Argentina we would like to select. So value is AR. So I copied it and I'm just not this. Just a second. Again, go to this. Suppose Antarctica we would like to select. So I copied it and yes. So I'm again running it. I've saved it. I'm running it and checking it is selecting Antarctica or not. So test ng test and it should, yeah, URL is launched, browser is launched, URL is opened and it should select the Antarctica. So Antarctica is selected. So our test case is pass. Now what next? Now we need which method we need to handle? Select by index. Okay. So I am commenting this. And again, we can use object of the select class and select by index. So here we need to pass the index. So where we will be getting index? Suppose we are going to select the Bahamas. Okay. Bahamas. So what is index? Index is 17. Let's go to IDE and provide the 17. And I am saving it and I am rerunning it. Let's check it is selecting the expected or not. Run as test engine. It's launching browser, opening URL, and it should select Bahamas. So this was the expected selection. It is done. Our test case is also pass. What next? What next? Okay. So next method we need to handle is multiple. So so here what we are doing? We are checking the drop down list that it is multi-selectable or not. Means user can select multiple options or not. So if we go to this country selection and we are not able to select multiple options. So this has the ability to select the single option. So let's go here and what we can. So I am using here if condition. Okay. So if select dot is multiple is there, right? So what it will return? It will return true if the given drop down list is multi-selectable. So I am just printing here. Okay. So if it returns true, so drop down is multi-selectable. Okay. Okay. And else what we can type? We can print is not. Okay. If it returns false, so it will print this statement, and if it returns true, it will print drop down is multi-selectable. I have already saved it. Now I'm going to run it. Right click, run as test ng test. So in our case, it should print the second statement that drop down is not multi-selectable. Okay. So let's go to our Eclipse and we can see drop down is not multi-selectable. So this statement is printed. So what next method we are going to handle, that is get options. So how we can use this? So we can use the object of this red class and dot get options. Okay. And what it will return? It will return the list of web elements. List of web element. List of web element. All options. Okay. So we can pass like this. And here we can also print the size of drop down list. So how we can find the size? So I'm just printing it. So the size of the drop down. So what we can do, we can use this all options dot size. So the size of the drop down list will be printed. What next? Now we need to print all the options of drop down list. So for this I am going to use for each. So where element el and we can pass it here and Here we can print el dot get text. I'm saving it and I'm going to run it. Okay. So let's see. It's printing the size of it's printing size of drop down or not, or it's printing all the country names or not. So I'm going to run this program. So right click, run as test ng test. It's launching browser, opening URL. Mema's selection is there. Now go to our IDE. Yes, so test run is 1, failure is 0, and test case pass 1. Okay, let's check what happened. So we can observe here the size of the drop down is 252. And it's also printed drop down is not multi-selectable. The size of the drop down is 252. And all the options it has printed, all 252 options it has printed. That's it. Thanks for watching this video.